Hey guys, what's going on? I'm Aiden,
I'm Ethan.
and this is the Dynasty Lounge podcast. So this is the first episode of our podcast, and for this episode, basically what we're going to be doing is going through the first 12 rounds of a startup draft and just kind of giving our input on how we think you should draft in each position. So I'm going to be taking the odd teams kind of over, and
Yeah, but I'll have like the final say on what the even teams pick.
yeah, so without further ado, let's just hop into it and start or resume the draft. I'll turn the sound off.
All right.
And for the first pick,
And
uh,
pretty much every league has been a consensus of Josh Allen
yeah, any of these options I feel like are going to be good.
of the first three. Josh Allen, Mahomes, and Herbert, all top tier pedigree quarterbacks. But personally, I'm a believer in Mahomes. He's clear cut best QB in the league. But for Dynasty, you want youth and longevity and promise in Buffalo.
Plus,
So,
that rushing upside is kind of lethal.
yeah.
So I'm going to go with Josh Allen on the first pick.
And then me at Mahomes at 102, I'm taking as a steal. So I will taking Mahomes at the 102 any day. You can take him one or two. I think that's just
Hmm.
it's a flip a coin. But if you're getting Mahomes or Allen at the two, it's like can't go wrong there.
Yeah, so Mahomes at the two. And then for the number three, I feel like there's kind of
A drop off.
yeah,
You get the one player who's the top tier quarterback for Dynasty, and that's Herbert. And then there's a drop off from him.
yeah. So I mean, this one I feel like is another kind of gimme pick. We're gonna go Herbert, and then
Here's where you kind of got to decide if you want.
Jonathan Taylor. I feel like you don't usually see him going off here, but if you really like the guy, it's not gonna be a bad pick
No,
for
and
sure.
for
But
me, I'm probably going QB all day.
mhm.
Burrow showed us a clear year in his potential and what he can do, but I don't know if I want to take that at the 104. And you can get a proven QB in Lamar. But as of right now, there's been controversy with Kyler, and you just don't know. So here, I'm actually going to take a pocket passer again, but with a little bit of rushing upside, not too much, in my opinion. But I'm going to be taking Burrow.
Bro,
Yes.
solid pick. Okay, and then here at the five gets a little interesting. Um, Looking at the board, there's a bunch of good QBs, but there's no like I feel like
Elite.
surefire
Yeah.
elite for years to come. Everyone here has some question
You
marks.
got the two QBs who can clearly rush a bunch, but there's a lot of injury concerns. That's why I'm not too high on taking them here. But you can get the best running back in the league,
Yeah.
or you can get one of those wide receivers that are elite in Justin Jefferson, Jamar Chase, and are super young, and you don't
Mhm.
really have to worry about injuries as much as you do with running back. So
I think here I'm gonna be taking. I think I like Lamar a little bit more than
I
Kyler,
do like Lamar a little better than
so I
Kyler.
think I'm gonna be taking Lamar here at the
He's already got
105.
MVP under his belt, and just nothing else you can say about
Hmm.
besides that. Here, I'm going with a top player in his position, youngest on the board in terms of elite players, and I think I'm going Jamar Chase.
You're going Jamar at the
I think
106.
so. He's your wide receiver one in Dynasty. You could debate him and Jefferson, but I'm going to take the youth.
I prefer Justin Jefferson personally, but
Yes, but I like Jamar and his as much. I'm high on Justin Jefferson. You'll probably see him throughout our several podcasts, but I'm gonna take the youth and better quarterback for dynasty leagues because Burrow's young, and with Kirk Cousins, we don't know what Justin Jefferson's gonna have in terms of the future with quarterbacks. I'm pretty sure you have Burrow locked in for years to come
yeah,
with bringing them to the Super Bowl. So
it's fair.
I'm gonna go Jamar Chase
Jamar?
here.
Okay. At the 107, looking at the board, for me, it's a toss up between Jonathan Taylor, Kyler, and Justin Jefferson. But if there's one thing that we know, and this is a super flex
Yes.
draft, by the way, so I feel like you just want to lock up your quarterback. I'm taking Kyler here at the 107.
Interesting pick.
Yeah.
I like that.
Mm-hmm.
Then here again, I'm key on getting those top players at the position. With Jonathan Taylor falling to the 108, I think that's a clear-cut pick. You can see him going top 5 in a lot of drafts.
Yeah. In the draft
But
we just did, he went 101.
he did go
So,
101 in our dynasty, but
yeah.
I think you lock up another top player in his position, and you'll see
Mhm.
me do that a lot. Take best available at the position. I'm going to be taking Jonathan Taylor here.
Okay. And let us know, by the way, if you want to see us break down our past real money dynasty startup drafts. We definitely will cover that at some point. At the 109 here,
I think it's a
I
clear
think
pick.
it's an obvious pick. Justin
Yeah,
Jefferson sitting on the board,
yeah,
and that's never going to be a bad
not at all. Then here you go. I think you look at the QBs because it is super flex, but I'm not sure where to go here because there's Dak Prescott, but I think he has concerns with injury and just
pick.
staying at the elite level of play. Then if you go to running backs, Najee Harris,
Solid pick right there. A little older for
little
being
older, yes, and,
a 1 year guy,
and
but
it's not a bad pick. Then if
mhm,
we go to wide receivers, I do not
goes.
think there is a wide receiver here at all you take in the first round,
Yeah.
and definitely not going to tight end.
I mean,
Kyle
people
Pitts,
like taking Kyle Pitts high. This isn't
tight end
yeah, it's
premium.
not tight end premium though. So,
I
who
think
are you leaning towards?
we're going to QB here.
QB?
Yep, and with Cleveland trading a bag for Deshaun
Yeah,
Watson,
Deshaun Watson. We haven't talked about him at all.
no. But I think he's an elite level quarterback. I don't think maybe after this year you won't have to worry about all the
Yeah, the biggest
controversy.
biggest concern for Deshaun Watson, it's not his play, it's his off the field issues, of course. So,
And he was a top 5 quarterback
mhm.
before all of that. So, and I think he's in a better position with
Oh,
Cleveland.
absolutely, yeah.
So, I'm going to be going Deshaun Watson at this pick.
Okay, that was gonna be my pick at the 111. So now here we're
I think it's tough, but you come back
yeah.
around, you get your 2 picks quite early, so
hmm
it's not too bad on where you go here.
I think just looking at the board, I think I'm gonna go Dak. I like him probably more than Najee.
A little bias here.
A little biased. I'm a Cowboys fan, so
I think it's
take
a drop off in
yeah
QBs too
take
once you
that in
hit Dak.
consideration. But
Because you got old and then got to worry about job security and stuff with
mhm.
these guys. So I like the Dak pick a
Dak,
lot.
yep,
And then here you go. You got back to back picks. I am
sitting
going,
on the board. Who you taking?
definitely going Najee Harris.
Oh, Najee, yeah, absolutely.
He went 108 or 109 in our draft, I'm pretty sure,
hmm
around there. So I think that's a perfect pick.
For here, I
I'm not
mean,
going QB.
no, I mean, you
I
got
don't,
Trey Lance on the board.
but
There's been reports that he's not the guy there, which is interesting. I don't
yeah,
know how much I believe that, but there's always some talk. Some other guys with some upside, but not really worth 201, I
Jalen
feel like.
Hurts not worth. He'll play elite, but we got to worry about job security.
hmm
And then if we go, let's look at the running backs here. I think we go running back. Wide receivers are too old to be taken right now. I think DeAndre Swift
You think he's the
is
next
a
guy?
very good pick here. Yes, he's
I
shown
like it
elite.
too.
He's younger than Najee, but we took Najee before him. But Najee's obviously, I think he's a better player. They're both pass catching running backs, and that's what you want to see. You want to see that catching potential. This is PPR, so
Yeah, I mean, Najee, we've just seen his workload
yep.
more. And,
If
anyways,
Swift can stay healthy, top 10 back for sure in the league, especially with this up and coming Detroit offense. I think they'll score a lot of points. I think they'll be down in a lot of games, so a
mhm.
lot of passing. And he's got definitely got a lot of opportunity in the goal line.
Yeah, so DeAndre?
DeAndre Swift.
Okay. Solid pick. And here, this gets interesting because you have the options of quarterbacks that are okay. Um, Running backs, I say you got Javante, you
Brees
got
Hall.
Brees Hall, and after that, there's a bit of a tier jump. Wide receivers, Cooper Kupp,
You have CeeDee Lamb here.
CeeDee
Wide
Lamb.
receiver one in Dallas.
I've been seeing Debo go off the board, but honestly, here I think I would go for the Cowboy stack,
I'm
and
doing it.
I'm gonna take
You
CeeDee
got,
Lamb.
you got Dak already. They're going to be passing a lot. Wide receiver one here.
hmm
Obviously the way to go. And here, wide receivers,
Some solid veterans. Debo Samuel. Who knows what's going on with
yeah,
him?
that's why I'm not taking him.
Yeah.
Interesting for me, I have Brees Hall as my running back 5
So who
here,
do you got at your running back
but
4?
Javonte Williams.
Well, he's still on the board.
Yes. But with Javonte, Melvin Gordon just signed.
That's true.
But you have Dak here, so I don't think this is necessarily. It doesn't have to be a win now team, but you can make it a win now team by drafting Javonte Williams. You're still going longevity.
What's thinking here?
We haven't seen Brees Hall play, but we've seen his draft scores, his
His
body composition,
his combine,
yeah,
all that.
all that. I think you go and you take a risk, and I think Brees Hall is going to get a heavy workload.
Taking Brees Hall,
he's the 101 on all rookie boards. So I think you go that all day because that could be your Najee, can be your Derrick Henry,
yeah.
Your Saquon Barkley was the running back 1 of his class, but he turned out his first few years just injuries. But I don't see that with Brees Hall. I'm gonna take Brees Hall.
Okay. Now we're sitting at the 204, and there's been a player that's been falling a little bit, and I think here, for me at least, I'm gonna be taking Trey Lance.
Definitely
I love Trey Lance.
Long haul team here with Justin Jefferson and Trey Lance.
Nothing much to it.
So you got Jonathan Taylor as your first overall pick here. QB's on the board.
I mean, Russell Wilson, Matt Stafford.
I don't know.
Fields, if you like that.
I honestly think you take another top 3 player at his position.
And you're going to be going
with the wide receivers.
Wide receivers, okay.
And obviously post up one of the best
wide receiver seasons of all time, maybe?
It's up there with Megatron. It's up there. And he won Super Bowl MVP. And he was he Offensive Player of the Year?
I believe so, yeah.
So I think he had a breakout season. I wouldn't be too concerned about his age. He's a wide receiver.
He was drafted in 2017, so same year as was that Chris Godwin?
Yeah. Who else was in that 2017? I think Galladay was in it.
Yeah, I mean,
but with Galladay, I think you go Cooper Kupp here.
Cooper Kupp,
top 3 player at his position. You could argue top 1 for like regular fantasy, but I would go Cooper Kupp here all day.
Okay,
because he's been going like early second round, like 201 and 202.
It all depends on preference, obviously, but
here you go. You got Kyler Murray as your first overall pick here.
Kyler, it's a bit of a young guy, heavy rushing upside. And who do you want to pair with him? I think here, for me, there is an obvious pick, and that's going to be Javonte Williams.
Yep. Big fall here for Javonte. He's been going early second round.
It's really with him, it's that how much of the workload is he going to be getting? Because you got to remember, Melvin Gordon is not bad, and he's been saying he doesn't want to take the back seat to anybody. So we'll just wait and see.
So here we got Jamar Chase as your first overall pick. I think there's a player here, if he can figure it out with the contract and where he's going to play, Debo Samuel is going to be a top 5, 6 fantasy option for years to come. But then I think this player has best Dynasty wide receiver on the board. I think you go and get the best Dynasty tight end on the board.
It's fair.
In Kyle Pitts here. And you stack those. This team's obviously going for longevity and has 2 top players at the position in Dynasty.
Okay. Now at the 208, the board starts looking a little rough.
In those top tier players.
Yeah. There's some options here.
I think there's a player who's been falling in Debo Samuel.
Yeah.
Just because of contract.
I think here I'm going to be locking up quarterback for several years. And I think on a new team, some awesome weapons, I'm going to be taking Russ. How do you feel about that?
Years to come.
I mean, hey, he's
He's
what?
hey,
He's 33.
Matt Stafford could get it done.
We've seen player we
Brady can get
yeah,
it
we've seen
done.
quarterbacks go into their
I
40s
think Carr's gonna
nowadays.
get it done in Vegas. I think he'd bring him to a
It,
few playoffs.
it's going to be a high power division for sure.
And Russ is known for taking care of his body, putting a lot of money into
Hmm.
keeping staying healthy. I think that's a very good pick.
Okay.
Here we go. The first pick you had Joe Burrow here. I think you also go with QB here,
You go QB.
an elite one.
Okay.
He just signed a 4-year deal,
He
not
did.
not a
Not
3-year,
a 3 year,
a
not a 2
4-year.
year.
The best wide receiver in the league did not leave him.
He did not.
He stayed with them.
Hmm.
Well, he hasn't signed a contract yet, but they're in good terms of talking.
Yeah, yeah.
I think you go Matt Stafford and your Super Bowl quarterback here in a good position.
That's fair.
And you got two elite pocket passers who can, if they're protected, can stay healthy.
Yeah. Okay. 210 coming back around. We look at the board here. Quarterbacks. I'm not in love with any of them really.
Not in the second round, I don't think. McCaffrey or
Running
anything.
backs. There's a couple
You could
options.
get a good stack if you're going for win now.
Yeah.
Eckler and Herbert.
I mean, how do you feel about Eckler over McCaffrey though?
I'm not too high on McCaffrey right now, but he's still an elite running back.
If he stays healthy, McCaffrey has a very solid chance at being the number one running back overall.
Easily, and if they can figure out that quarterback situation too.
And
But anyone can give a dump off past McCaffrey. I can do it.
yeah,
Quarterback.
there's not many guys you could say that about with the true league winning upside.
But we do still have Debo falling.
We do, and I think he's going to fall a bit further. I'm taking CMC here.
And here we go. I'm gonna pick player who's been going mid second rounds, and he's gonna end up in our 211 here. I'm gonna go Debo Samuel.
Tebow Sam.
I mean, I don't know what they want to do with his rushing ups, with him rushing the ball, but for him to stay healthy, I think he should stay out of the backfield. But
Maybe just less frequent.
yeah,
For
but he
sure.
does offer those touchdown upside if they keep running the ball with him. So touchdowns, rushing and receiving. So you can't ask for much than that.
So now we're sitting here all the way back around. You got Josh Allen first overall. And who do you want to pair with them? I think wide receivers, there's a few options. Tight end, I wouldn't be
Oh,
taking a tight end
way
here.
too early.
I think the first pick here,
I'm between DK Metcalf and AJ Brown here if I'm at this position. But then there's
yeah,
also I don't know if you take a rookie wide receiver this early. We're not seeing
no.
what they can do.
Um, I don't like Jalen Waddle. I love Jalen Waddle.
Wide receiver too. I do like Jalen Waddle.
Tyreek is there now, so
But I think he takes away that number one cornerback and you put him in the slot. And I think he can be like a Cooper Cup and
I think Jalen
rake
Waddle will be
those,
lethal from the slot.
pair him up with Josh Allen. You got a nice young duo here.
I'm taking Jalen Waddle with that first pick right there.
Beautiful pick.
And honestly, second pick,
Do you pair him up with his teammate?
that's
And then
that's
hope Tua falls to that pick later and maybe offer a got your stack.
that would be a stack for sure.
But they got no running backs here. Do they want to get a
I mean, you're looking down the board a little bit, and who do you think falls to you? There's
there's a lot of good running
there's a
backs.
few options
There's a
for
lot
sure.
of good running backs left.
Quarterback, I still don't know if there's any guys I'd really want to be taking there.
Yeah. I would be taking Matt Stafford around here if he
Yeah.
was there, but off the board.
Yeah, so this is definitely by pure draft position, this is a reach, but building that stack, I'm going to be taking Diggs. Not a bad player.
He just signed a big deal though,
Yeah.
so he's in the league for years to come.
Hmm.
So I don't know if you have to worry about age that much with him on that deal, but good. It's an interesting pick.
For sure, for sure.
Then
Back around to you, team two.
I am obviously I don't want to reach on Hurts at all. I am a Hurts believer. I think he'd be a top quarterback in the league. don't want to go anyone besides him. Maybe Trevor Lawrence, but he can't offer much on a fantasy perspective. Running backs, there is Akers here I like. I do like Nick Chubb. He's still young. But the wide receivers is definitely where we want to be.
I see that's where all the value's at.
Yeah. AJ Brown. How do we feel about him being fit?
It's tough because they've got Devontae Smith there. They've got the tight end, Dallas Goedert, who's pretty solid option. But I feel like AJ Brown is a true X factor tight end.
And I think he can get it done.
I think so too.
I'm going AJ Brown.
I was between AJ Brown and
I'm between him and DK.
I was between him and Diggs for this spot, but I feel like the stack just gives you that league winning upside, which is what you want to play for in Dynasty, because if you're not first,
you're last.
You're last. Okay, team 3 here. There's a guy that's been falling a little bit. We were considering him at the 210 for this team. And I think, for me at least, I love him for his pass catching ability.
Yep, and I like the stack.
Yeah, we're gonna go Austin Eckler here.
Austin Eckler.
Building a solid running back.
Running back 1 of last year?
Eckler?
Was he? Who's the run? No, Taylor was. Yeah. And then Eckler was 2 and Najee was 3.
I mean, we can look at it, but
I'm pretty sure.
You can
press on this player and go straight.
Anyways,
all right.
Yeah.
You got 2 quarterbacks here. You're set.
For several years.
Yeah.
Running back? Anyone you like?
Right now, not the biggest fan of anyone on the board.
So
I do like a wide receiver at the value right now. He's young. One of the best builds in the league.
For sure.
And I don't think it matters who's throwing to him necessarily. I think he can make plays and get in the end zone. Give me DK Metcalf.
DK Metcalf off the board. That's a controversial one for sure. But
hey, Drew Lock can get it done. Or Geno Smith or
whoever.
They're throwing to a god tier wide receiver.
Yeah. And now
you got 2
we're on team 5. Also have 2 quarterbacks off the board.
I think they're in a win now potential.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Right, and if I'm looking at the board, the most win now player who's going to be getting a haul on his team, I like Devontae Adams here.
He's getting a haul over Devontae or Darren Waller and Renfro?
I think so.
Hey, he's got the college quarterback.
He's got that chemistry, and I feel like in the NFL, chemistry is...
I thought when you were saying Hall, I thought we were going Derrick Henry here.
No. I'm not taking Derrick Henry right here.
Win now.
I would be taking several other running backs on this list over Derrick Henry. But yeah, I think
like Devontae Adams.
I think I'm
either Devontae Adams, Tyreek Hill, or a rookie wide receiver.
That's fair for sure.
That's where I would be.
This team's just looking win now, and for the most win now player, I like Tay.
All right, we don't have a QB here at the 206.
We do not. And they're also very young. Very. So does that play a factor?
Probably. His team is very young.
Yeah, no, that's what I mean.
I think, you know what? Call me an idiot, but give me the man who's going to get it done in Philly with his new weapons.
Really?
Give me Jalen Hurts.
Okay.
Over T-Law and Fields.
Okay. This team right here.
Looking great.
We got Kyler. We got Javonte. Any wide receivers? This team's also very young. Do you want to go a rookie? Do you want to go maybe someone like T. Higgins?
I like Garrett Wilson and Drake London here.
You do?
I do.
Well, this is team 7, right? So it's going to be mine, though.
If you're looking at it. Tyreek Hill is going to offer you production now. But
I'm not really loving any of the running backs at this spot.
No tight end's not even an option here.
I think, for me, I think I'm going to go with my wide receiver 1 from this previous draft class. And I'm going to be taking Treylon Burks.
I do like that pick.
I love Treylon Burks. I think he's got the size, he's got the metrics, he's got that playmaking ability.
Yeah. He's definitely like an AJ Brown. He'll step in. The teams are going to be focusing on blitzing and stopping Derrick Henry. I think that offers a big opportunity for
the rookie to
the
get it
rookie
done.
win. And with this team, they don't have a QB either.
They don't. And they're also looking very win now. They've got the best current running back.
Yes.
Maybe, obviously from last year, best wide receiver.
Yeah. He's the best overall player.
Yeah.
Until you go Rodgers here. And I think that's an absolute reach.
Yeah.
Absolute.
I mean, you got to think about Rodgers. You get maybe 2 more years of elite production out of him.
For 3, yeah.
But
with the wide receivers he's got now, can he even offer that?
We'll see, I guess. I'm interested to see if Rodgers is truly the man there.
The running back position, I like Dalvin Cook. I like Nick Chubb. I like Cam Akers. But I don't think that's a pick you go right now, in my opinion. I think Dalvin Cook would be a good win now pick.
So
let's look at the wide receivers.
Yeah, you're looking at wide receivers?
That Tyreek Hill falling right now is just...
Tyreek Hill certainly would be a solid pick here. We saw there's nobody in the league that can do what Tyreek does.
I think you go Tyreek here. He's in a new place. He's got to break out. I mean, not break out, just do what he does.
Yeah. Okay, Tyreek.
Tyreek Hill. Cooper Kupp, Tyreek Hill.
That's a wide receiving core if I've ever seen one. Okay, Team 9 here.
Definitely going longevity.
Absolutely. Trey Lance, Justin Jefferson.
Let's see what they got here at the best available.
See, I'm sitting here. I'm looking at these rookie wide receivers.
I just don't know if they compare to the running backs that are on the board right now.
Really?
I don't think so.
But what running back are you taking here that fits the...
I really like Dalvin.
That fits the longevity team.
I know, but I feel like you're going best available. You keep Dalvin Cook for a little bit in the season and you trade him. That's what I would do if I had Dalvin Cook with this top two players I have right now. But let's look at the all on the board. Too, what does Sleeper have?
It's all running backs. You'd have to get down here before you see the wide receivers.
Definitely.
I think I'm going to be taking a wide receiver, though. I don't think I'm going to go running back here.
I like any of these picks, too.
Really?
If you don't go Deontay Johnson.
You think Deontay's the best on the board?
I do not want Deontay Johnson on this team. I don't think he's the best on the board.
I don't.
Especially with this scheme of a team.
Yeah, I think there's a couple guys on this board I'd take over Deontay. I do like Deontay, though. I'm a big fan.
I like.
But here, I think I'm going to be going young, and I think I'm going to be staying proven. I think I'm going to be taking T. Higgins.
Interesting pick, but I think if you're going to go proven, that's the way to go. He shows he can offer. He can play even with Jamar there.
Yeah, he's definitely not a second thought. He's for sure looked at as a top option. I'm going to be taking T. Higgins.
Very good pick. So with Deshaun Watson and Breece Hall, I really like Drake London. I don't know if you go him with 2 rookie players as in your top 3 picks.
Yeah.
So if we let me go into the running back.
Running backs? Okay. Yeah. Which one? Which one are you looking at here? You were talking about Dalvin earlier. You think
I don't think he fits this team at all. I'm looking at Nick Chubb and Cam Akers.
Really?
Yes.
How do you feel about Joe Mixon? You're not a big fan?
Not at the moment.
Because personally, I think, for me at least, Joe Mixon is the best running back on the board, dynasty-wise.
I think he still has injury concerns. He had 1 healthy year this year.
That's fair. But Cam Akers also coming off that injury.
But if you're looking at it, if you're looking at injury, you have Cam Akers who's younger, has not even played a full season.
Yeah.
I think he's on a winning team.
I love Akers' upside. I think given the right scheme, given the situation in general.
But if you look at this, he has Deshaun Watson. Do you take Nick Chubb here and secure that either passing touchdown or rushing touchdown?
It's always an option. It's up to you. It's your pick.
I'm going Nick Chubb.
You're going Nick Chubb? Okay. So then here, got the Cowboys stack going. Don't have a running back. I think that's where I'm going to be going.
I think it's between Mixon and Akers here.
I think for the pass catching upside, I like Mixon just a little
I'm taking
more.
Mixon too because he's got Dak. Don't know he's got a stack going, so he's going to get points on the board. I think you go who's going to offer you the most amount of points in fantasy here.
Absolutely. I'm going to be taking Joe Mixon.
And we got a double running back
pick.
team here.
2 running backs in the first 2 rounds. Any QBs? Is this a time to take a QB? Because I feel like for Team 12, if you don't take one in the next 2 picks, you're punting the position. Because come back to the 5-12, who's going to be there?
And I think you go someone who could definitely prove himself. They got the capacity to be a top QB in the league. He's proven in college. And he just had one. I think he had his first year. I think he can turn it around. They gave him some weapons. They boosted the team. So I think I go Trevor Lawrence here.
Trevor Lawrence. Okay. And the second pick? Have you given it some thought?
I think you secure another QB here.
Okay.
He's young and can...
fits the mold of this team?
Yep. I'm going to go with the rushing upside.
Justin Fields?
Justin Fields.
Fair pick. Can do it. Fair pick. Now we come back around to Team 11, sitting on Dak, CD, Joe Mixon. Looking at the running backs, there's a few guys on this list that I think, you got several good wide receivers. This is a tough position for sure. I think here, overall, give me the running back position. Give me Cam Akers. I think this team's set in their core players for several years.
I think I'm going to take another running back. Go triple running back here.
Wow.
I think Dalvin Cook has fallen enough.
Really?
I think we've disrespected him enough. He can still put up numbers.
Dalvin Cook, I feel like, has been falling off a little bit. I feel like we kind of just forgotten what he can do when healthy.
And I think with a Brees, then now you have 2 proven running backs in Nick Chubb and Dalvin Cook. You can let Brees Hall develop, and he'll still offer you top 5 running back upside, in my opinion. 60.
So you're taking Dalvin?
I'm taking Dalvin here.
Fair.
Look at that team.
Now this team right here, it's interesting because we have a QB, 2 wide receivers, no running backs, but
no one I'm taking here.
Yeah, the running back position has dried up a little bit. Henry, this
is a young team too.
He's 29. Kamara, this news is kind of falling off a little bit, but is Kamara even gonna play at the beginning of the year? He still has that
he's a court date.
Yeah, that court situation going on.
As of when we were recording May 8th.
Yeah.
So
I think here this team, they're going young.
I'm going the number 1 overall pick. Number 1 wide receiver of this year's class is where I would go here. And you take someone who has the draft capital.
He's
big, he's fast, he can do it all.
He's got some question marks around who's going to be throwing to him. But
I think you let this team develop. You have Justin Jefferson, Trey Lance has to prove himself. Who else do they have?
T. Higgins.
He's proven himself, but he's still young.
I'm going Drake London here. I agree with that pick for sure.
You just give everyone who has the draft capital and has the team investment here in Justin Jefferson, Trey Lance, 3rd overall pick, T. Higgins, he's already in the team, and Drake London, you give him the draft capital investment that the team has.
Absolutely. Now we're sitting here, team 8. They've got Tyreek. They're going win now, absolutely.
I think this is where they take Derrick Henry.
You think Derrick Henry?
I literally think this is going to be a win now team that has the best position players, and they're going to take QBs in the later round that can offer them maybe 15 points a game. I think you go Derrick Henry, and you offer the 2 best running backs in the league. You go Derrick Henry.
That's a controversial pick for sure.
But if you look at the build of this team,
that's exactly
definitely the best available player in fantasy right now, and this is what that team needs.
All about the builds. At least this is a mock draft, so we're not going to be doing any trades, obviously, after the fact. But we got Kyler, Javonte, and did I see Treylon Burks? Yeah, so this is also a very young team. Quarterback. Do you take Tua? Do you trust in his weapons? Mac Jones? No, not
the best QB I'm taking here if I'm him is Mac Jones, but I'm just not going there.
That's fair. So, for me, running back, you could take. Do you take Kenneth Walker here?
I'm between him and Garrett Wilson.
Yeah, I I think here, for me at least, I like the I like the team. I mean, you could say what you want about Seattle's offensive.
They're a run heavy team.
Yeah, no, Seattle for years have been run first, ask questions later. So I'm gonna be going Kenneth Walker here. I love the pick.
Except when they're on the goal line.
No, except on the goal line.
All right, you got Jamar Chase, Kyle Pitts, Jalen Hurts. Young
Okay.
team.
What are we looking at? Do you want wide receiver, running back? Do you think? Oh no, they already got Kyle Pitts. So
I think you take someone who I was going to take last pick,
Mm-hmm.
and I think you go Garrett Wilson.
Garrett Wilson.
Yeah,
solid.
Yeah,
Many people had him as their wide receiver one in the draft. Certainly not without merit. Yeah, he's just kind of a do-it-all guy. Can put him.
He just got questionable quarterback.
Yeah,
and he's on the Jets.
I mean,
so who knows if he's cursed?
Is that yeah? Okay. Anyways,
win now.
We're looking at Lamar. We got Russ. We got Devontae. So we're looking at probably running back or wide receiver.
Yeah, I think go best on the board.
You can call me crazy.
You go Mark Andrews.
I was just about to say they would have the stack. Mark Andrews, tight end, won last year. Doesn't look like he's going to be going down at all.
Especially with Marquise Brown gone.
Yeah, I think it's a huge positional advantage here for many years to come. Yeah. I'm taking Mark Andrews.
I think you have the best tight end on the board, but granted, Kyle Pitts is young, so I'm taking him that early. But you're going to have a better tight end than everyone you're facing week by week, so you go, Mark.
It's fair. Here we go. We got Burrow, Stafford. I think it was a wide receiver, DK.
I think you need a running back or
someone who can produce right away, but maybe
they got a few years.
Yeah, maybe they got a few years. And you see that news about Antonio Gibson, how they said they wanted to split the workload 50, not 50-50, but they definitely wanted to give Brian Robinson a role.
And they did re-sign JD McKissic.
They got JD McKissic.
1 year, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, but that's going to be taking a lot of his pass catching ability away. Antonio Gibson for me is one of the biggest question marks. If you can get a good price, I'd say trade him away. Look at the wide receivers, a couple solid options.
Is a good time to take Deontay.
You think? I kind of agree here. I love Deontay.
He's fallen enough. He's just got he's got all right QBs. I think Mitch can throw the ball. He's yet to throw a pick six in his career.
Yeah. Money Mitch, baby.
Knock on wood.
I think it's your pick, Deontay.
I think go Deontay.
Not a bad pick at all. Okay, now we're looking at the board. Justin Herbert, Christian McCaffrey,
this team
Austin Eckler.
Looks elite on paper. It looks elite.
Just realized we could go down here and look at the board. That'd be a lot easier.
Yeah.
You're looking at wide receiver. I feel like it's just at this point kind of personal preference. Yeah. My favorite on the board personally is probably Chris Godwin. Honestly,
Godwin and Terry. They're tied for me.
Terry, I mean, it's the same question every year. How is that quarterback play going to be? I hate Carson Wentz. I do not think he's going to be the option anywhere he goes.
Made Michael Pittman pretty good. He put up.
He
was a top 15 wide receiver.
Maybe
with Jonathan Taylor there in the run-heavy offense.
Mm-hmm. I think there's a few guys actually further down the board that could be in play here.
But let's not take a reach on them.
No, I think I'm going to be taking the guy who's got the greatest of all time thrown to him.
For at least 1 year.
For at least 1 year. I'm going to be taking Chris Godwin here.
All right. Mahomes, Debo, A.J. Brown. I think it's a running back play here.
You do? What about quarterback? Not liking any of these guys yet?
Ooh, Aaron Rodgers right now.
Aaron Rodgers has been falling heavy.
I think this right team. He signed a 3-year. I think he got 2 years of elite play with Mahomes, Debo, A.J. Brown.
I think Aaron Rodgers transcends pretty much anything negative you can say about him.
Yeah, back-to-back MVP.
Can't argue with it. We'll see. Aaron Rodgers is the pick?
I think Aaron Rodgers is the pick.
Solid. I think this guy was really hoping that Aaron Rodgers fell.
Great value at Rodgers right here because then there's a drop off in
heavy, but the guy has fallen back. They drafted Jalen Waddle in the second. I think here, if you're looking for league winning
2
stacks,
stacks.
I'm taking Tua with the first
You
pick.
just gotta hope he can play.
And with the second pick,
they don't have a running back.
They don't. And on the board here, there's a couple options.
Saquon has been going rounds 2 and 3 in drafts.
Yeah, I mean, it depends on how you feel about him. I've seen him fall a little bit recently, but I think here you can't argue with the fact that Saquon Barkley, when healthy, like we were talking about, McCaffrey has the potential to be the best in the league.
100%.
So I think I'm going to be taking Saquon with the 5-1.
All right. Let's see.
Quarterback, I would not
Rodgers.
be going quarterback here. Running back, how do you feel about Dobbins?
With Lamar there, I'm not the biggest
yeah.
fan.
I mean, any other
I've
guys
never really been
on the board here that you like?
I like Montgomery, but just way too early.
It's fair.
I think he offers elite play.
Kamara?
You don't want to.
They're going to win now, and Kamara for sure would be a win now piece.
He plays. I mean, if you're taking that risk with Debo, you just might as well take it with Kamara too.
That's fair. If you ain't first, you last, right?
Might as well take a reach.
We're going Kamara here. And now we go back to Team 3, looking pretty good all around. Do they want to take another quarterback? Mac Jones, maybe. Definitely an option. Derek Carr, maybe.
With Devontae and Waller. You said Devontae is going to.
I think Devontae's going to go off, but wouldn't go running back, wide receiver.
Olave, no.
Here's the question of, do you want to get the full Charger stack going and take Keenan Allen? Do you think that's a bad pick?
I realistically don't.
Yeah, I don't know.
I honestly don't see I'm between him and Terry McLaurin. They still have youth on this team.
I know, and I think with that metric, I'm going to be taking Terry here.
Yeah.
He's a wide receiver 1 on his team, has proven that despite mediocre quarterback play, he can be a wide receiver 1. And now, I mean, Carson Wentz, do you like him? Maybe. I don't personally, but
mid quarterback. That's what I have to say. He'll give you mid stats, mid production.
This team here has no running backs on their squad.
I say
there's a guy here that
you believe in Antonio Gibson.
Really? You think Gibson's the best on the board here?
I really do. He's been I think fumbles is his concern, and then just hopefully keeping that job security.
Yeah.
But he really has fallen to the 4th round of this draft.
This is 5th round now.
Oh, he's fallen to the 5th round.
Yeah.
I think you got Dobbins here. Or not Dobbins, Gibson.
Definitely Gibson? Okay. We're going to take Gibson.
Back-to-back Washington Commanders players. Interesting.
Okay.
Win now.
Team 5 here also doesn't have a running back, and there's a guy here that I think has fallen down draft boards because of concern that he might just not be the guy after the injury, but I think he's got elite upside. I think I'm going to be taking ETN here.
Win now over Leonard Fournette?
I'm taking ETN over Leonard Fournette any day of the week, personally.
I haven't seen it from ETN, but all the reports say he's going to be good.
I think ETN, fresh start, new coaching staff that hopefully knows what they're doing this time. He's got his boy Trevor Lawrence next to him. They were boys in college, got drafted 1st round, same year. I think there's a chemistry there. I like ETN.
Very good pick. Jamar Pitts.
Another team with no running backs. That's the problem with taking tight end. Then the board falls a little bit, and you're just kind of scrambling for positions. That's why
I think there's a drop off in running backs here.
Absolutely.
That's exactly what I see.
There's one guy, depending on how you feel,
not a
J.K.
big fan,
Dobbins.
but I feel like this is a no-brainer where you take him. I will not argue with where we are taking him. Mm-hmm. I think you go Dobbins here.
That's fair for sure. And now here we're sitting, not looking for a running back. Quarterback is in play, and honestly, quarterback might be where I'm going here. They are looking for a wide receiver, and there's for me, I feel like the next round, would be better for wide receiver than quarterback. Here, I'm taking a guy who I'm taking Malik Willis. Uh, I'm taking a guy who does not have the rushing upside, but has the field general trait of I think he can be a top 10 passer in this league.
He definitely can.
And
Especially under Bill Belichick.
I'm going to be taking Mac Jones here.
I like to think. All right, win now. They need a quarterback.
Okay, looking at the QBs on the board.
I think this is where you go, Carr. In my opinion, he just signed a contract.
I am not going to argue with that pick. I think Carr has, throughout his entire career, been just an underrated, solid quarterback that gets the job done.
Yeah, took him to the playoffs. Beat Herbert and his Chargers with an elite squad.
Yeah.
So now he's got Devontae in play.
Solid.
They're going to be throwing that ball. That's
Yeah.
all I got to say.
This team has no running backs. But you look at the
bother
board.
taking one here. I think David Montgomery's the best.
I agree David Montgomery is the best on this current board. They have 3 great wide receivers. Obviously, Drake London is unproven, but he's got that
draft capital.
Draft capital.
Team investment.
Yeah.
That's all we gotta say.
Tight end. I think Hawkinson's on the table. Kittle's on the table, depending on how you feel.
I don't think
Kelsey's also on the table. This team is building way younger though, so I don't think he really fits that mold.
No. You can take David Montgomery.
Quarterback.
Can he pick it?
Maybe. It's possible. I would not be taking Pickett here that early. I think maybe in the 6th round is where I'd start to consider him. There's no other.
Zach Wilson.
Zach Wilson's a solid pick, okay? I'm not going to say he's not, but.
Too early.
Maybe. For me here personally, there's a guy I think's been falling that I'm actually. I think he's not a bad option. I think I'm going to be taking DJ Moore. We haven't talked about him. I know you don't like him at all.
No, I don't not like him at all. I just don't like him here. I'm just definitely liking David Montgomery over here. They got no running backs, right?
That's. I didn't think about that actually. I think
maybe a little Bears bias here.
Yeah, now that you mentioned that, I did forget about the running back. I think I'm gonna be taking Montgomery here.
Yeah.
But DJ Moore definitely for these next couple picks is gonna be a top guy.
Now this squad.
Yeah. Let's go over here. No wide receivers yet. We were just talking about them. Or do you want to go? I mean, this team's more. I would say more win now, for sure, with the running backs on the board.
It definitely is. I mean, you go Keenan here, dude.
You like Keenan over DJ? In this current position? I don't hate the pick.
I don't think there's necessarily a hate or a discriminatory between like age for this team.
Mm-hmm.
I think you do take best available in Keenan.
You like Keenan?
I do.
I'm not going to argue it. We'll take Keenan Allen here. Okay.
Good squad here.
That's a solid squad on this team.
I think you take DJ Moore.
I think, yeah.
About it. We've been talking about it.
No reason to overthink it.
Yeah.
DJ Moore, taken.
All right. This team's got beautiful young squad with beautiful potential here.
Yeah.
I don't think you change that up, and I think you go.
What are you looking at? Wide receiver? There's some guys here, for sure.
Do you want to go Chris Olave here? Do we go Chris?
I like Chris Olave. I think he's walking onto a team with. Obviously, they have Michael Thomas, but has he played the past 2 years? Not really.
Nope. They got Jameis Winston.
Jameis
Winston. You can use top number 1 QB fantasy wise 2-3 years ago in Tampa. I think
they're definitely building young. You think Chris Olave? Are you taking Chris Olave here?
I think Chris Olave.
Okay.
I think going back-to-back wide receivers here too.
That's definitely fair. Who are you thinking though? There's a guy that I think. Obviously not a tier above the rest, but a guy here that I'm sitting here and I'm thinking this is the guy I want.
Are you thinking about Michael Pittman?
I'm thinking about Michael Pittman.
I'm thinking about Michael Pittman too.
I think
That's
Michael
the telepathy we got right there.
He's the wide receiver one on his team, I mean,
Matt Ryan.
he's got a QB upgrade for sure.
Yep.
And
MVP.
yeah,
All the quarterbacks. Maybe not now. He
yeah.
was.
Michael
Give
Pittman.
me Michael Pittman.
Okay. I'm thinking we just do the first 6 rounds and then maybe pause the video and then like show the updated board for first 12 rounds because this is already getting a little lengthy.
Yeah.
Anyways, team 11 here got solid everything pretty
Give me a tight end.
much.
Give me a tight end.
You looking at tight end here on this
I
board?
think you should go. Maybe.
Quarterbacks. I mean, I don't know. It's a whole lot of question marks here. Kenny Pickett, Zach Wilson would be the two that I would be leaning towards. I mean, maybe not. I'm not taking Tannehill here. I just think there's better options. I mean, realistically,
You can go a wide receiver.
you could, but I'm not gonna lie. I like the idea of a tight end. I think this guy's fallen enough. My personal tight end 3. I'm taking T.J. Hawkinson. I like him more than Kittle, more than Kelsey, more than Waller. I'm taking Hawkinson.
And I think this person is going to bounce on what they're taking and just take it. Got your tight end and Kelsey here. Don't overthink it.
No, they're looking win now for sure. This team, I mean, they have the pieces, but they're definitely building more for the future, I would say. It's just personal preference at that point, really.
I think 3 tight ends go off the board.
Do you? You think over quarterback? Over Zach Wilson? Over Kenny Pickett?
I think Darren Waller and Kittle can offer you more than they can at this pick right here. Personally.
Maybe. I like the
And you're going to see him start falling here. If you don't take him now, you ain't getting a good tight end.
For sure.
That's how I look at it right here.
I think just strictly off of positional advantage, my best quarterback on the board right now is Zach Wilson.
And this team's pretty young.
This team is very young. I'm taking Zach Wilson.
I like it. Okay. This person, obviously not going to lose out on a tight end here in their win now. With Carr.
They have the stack.
Give him Darren Waller.
So that's
don't overthink it.
1, 2, 3, 4. George Kittle has fallen to the tight end 6 here. And I think, honestly, he's going to be falling a little bit further for me because this team, very young. Actually, the oldest player is Kyler Murray, I believe, taken in that 2019 draft class.
Goodness.
I think they're going to be building for the future, and I think there is no better guy on this board than my man, Alabama, J-Mo. I'm taking J-Mo.
Wide receiver 2 in Detroit?
I think Jameson Williams, if he was healthy, would be I think he's in contention for the best wide receiver in this draft class. I really do.
He was ranked the best wide receiver.
Yeah.
Before.
And this team, obviously, ages timetable of when he's ready is not really a factor. They're building for years to come. J-Mo, give me him.
Well, this team here, they need pretty much everything but a wide receiver. But if we looked at best available here, I think it's going to be a wide receiver. Call to reach. Call me dumb. Gimme.
Christian Watson.
In his position.
Wow.
Okay. I think that's a beautiful pick.
I mean, definitely not a bad one. He's got maybe best quarterback in the league throwing him the
MVP.
Ball.
Let's call him the MVP.
Yeah, we'll call him the MVP. I don't want to get controversial here, but yeah, Christian Watson. Anyways,
I just think he has the best spot to play. Put him behind Sky Moore and Treylon Burks. I think he has the best wide receiver position landing here.
Now this team is interesting for sure.
Win now.
They're looking win now.
They need a running back. He's fallen far enough. Let's say he plays.
Who are you talking about here?
Did Kamara go?
Yeah, Kamara got taken 5-2.
Oh boy.
Dumbass.
Well, never mind. He is not fallen. He's taken. What do you go with?
Personally, I think the best running back on the board is Josh Jacobs.
He's got Devontae.
I mean, he
Let's
does.
just hope Derek Carr doesn't rush it in or they throw it to Waller. And this guy's set
Yeah,
for
I mean,
fantasy
you're
points.
betting on the Ravens and the Raiders a little bit here. Well, actually, no, something's come up.
Sean Bateman.
No, a better.
Jerry Judy?
We're building a stack. We got a double stack. We're going Jerry Judy. I love the man. Another Alabama
I
guy.
do think Josh Jacobs can fall too if you look at the
Yeah, no,
draft board in front of you.
I
Actually,
think
maybe it doesn't.
this guy's looking. Do you go?
He wants to contend, and it's just banking on whether or not players play good.
I mean, it's your pick, but if you want to contend now, I think there's another option. But what do you
What do you
think?
think? What do you think?
I mean, I was thinking going tight end. I think Kittle's fallen far enough, personally.
Oh yes, he does need a tight end. What do we got here? Oh, easy. Teardrop for sure.
Absolutely.
He's
I love
S
the pick.
tier. All tight ends who have already gone are S tier tight
Mhm,
ends, and then there's just you go from S to C, in
mhm.
my opinion.
I don't know about C, but
Maybe B.
yeah, we'll go B.
This guy
Um,
is pressed that Kittle did not fall.
I know
This
he's
guy's pressed.
he's scrambling around his draft board looking to see if there's any options, but
Does he need a QB? What QBs are available here?
I mean, if he wants to turn this into a win now team, he can go Tom Brady.
That is obviously.
If he wants to go for the future, you got Kenny Pickett.
Does he take Kenny Pickett now, and then just later in the draft, just take Trubisky, and you got the QBs there?
Maybe. I don't know.
Because it's still a pretty young team.
Um,
There's
wide
obviously, I still
receivers.
think
There's some wide receivers on the board.
Sky Moore is
Quarterback.
who I'm thinking of here, but you don't know
I
how he can
think
play. He's got Mahomes.
for shooting for positional value, I love it. I think I'm taking Kenny Pickett
I
here.
like Kenny Pickett. And then moving on to my pick here, you take Sky Moore.
Sky Moore.
He's already got Mahomes. Maybe take Juju later on in the draft. I think you lock up that wide receiver in Kansas City. They are going to be throwing the ball.
Not a bad pick.
We just don't know to who.
And now for
To round it out,
the last one before we skip ahead, we're going to be looking at, I think, the running back position. I think we lock up our RB2. I think we go Josh Jacobs
like
here.
Josh Jacobs.
Okay.
All right, we will be finishing this draft on our own, then coming back and talking about
Yeah,
it later.
for you guys, it'll be a couple seconds. For us, it'll be a little while. We're going to pause it, and we will catch you in a few. Okay, so this is our final 12-round mock draft of just kind of where we think each pick, like if we were in that position, what pick we would take. Some of the highlights for me, at least, I think my favorite team is probably Team 7. I think they're built really well for the future, and they have solid pieces all around the board. Like, I don't really see a weak spot with this team.
Then go ahead. My favorite team, in my opinion, is Team 10. You got solid running backs, really solid two core wide receivers that are proven. Then you got a few youngins with Dotson and Pickens, and it definitely could win now. The best draft, in my opinion, was Team 12.
Hmm.
So if you're looking at that spot, definitely with the back-to-back picks helps.
Yeah. Overall, just wanted to say thanks for sticking around, watching the first episode.
And put in the comments what y'all think, what we did wrong, what we did right.
Maybe any picks you think were just slam dunks or the opposite also. Yeah. Make sure to subscribe. Many more videos to come.
Thank you.
See ya.